Welcome to this explainer on the ultimate guide to reprogramming your mind. Let's jump right in with a pretty radical truth. Your mind? It's essentially an incredibly powerful supercomputer. And your everyday self-talk is the literal software code that's shaping your daily reality and, ultimately, your destiny. Every single passing thought is a line of code you're actively typing right into your mental processor. Think about it for a second. Have you ever caught yourself saying something like, "I'm just so clumsy," or "I'm terrible with money," or maybe, "Oh, I could never do that"? Now, I know it feels completely harmless in the moment, right? Just a casual, self-deprecating joke. But let's look at how that actually plays out. You say, "I'm terrible with money," and the next time you're at the grocery store or looking at a credit card bill, your brain just defaults to feeling totally overwhelmed and making poor choices. Why? Because you literally commanded it to. This casual habit of insulting yourself is actually typing incredibly dangerous lines of code straight into your mental processor, reinforcing a lifelong identity of struggle.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this staggering number, 140,000. Research actually shows that during the first 18 years of your life, even if you grew up in a highly supportive home, you were told the word no or what you could not do over 140,000 times. Positive encouragement? That was just a tiny, tiny fraction in comparison. So what does this all mean? It means that feeling stuck or inadequate isn't actually your fault. It's inherited malware. Your young, impressionable mind just absorbed all those warnings and limitations from parents, teachers, and society as absolute, undeniable truth.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. The silent epidemic, 2. The 5 steps to reality, 3. The subconscious supercomputer, 4. The 5 levels of self-talk, 5. Rewiring your internal script, and finally, 6. Your daily reprogramming routine. Stick around for that last one because we are going to tie all these frameworks together into a highly practical daily routine you can start using immediately.
Section 1. The Silent Epidemic. Understanding the inherited malware of the mind.
Section 2. 5 steps to reality. How thoughts become your physical results.
To really understand the mechanics of the mind, we have to look at the underlying chain reaction of human behavior. Because for decades, you've absorbed this negative programming from authority figures, creating an epidemic of self-sabotage that, well, you eventually just took over yourself. Here's how that sequence actually works. Step 1 is programming, the input and self-talk you feed your mind. This creates step 2, your beliefs. Your mind just accepts whatever you feed it as undeniable truth. Beliefs then generate step 3, your attitude, which is your mental perspective. Your attitude creates step 4, your feelings. And finally, your feelings drive step 5, behavior and results. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why relying on sheer willpower at step 5 always fails. If you try to force yourself to go to the gym using just willpower, but your step 1 programming says, "I'm lazy," you're fighting upstream against a roaring river. You're going to quit. Real transformation only happens when you go all the way back to step 1 and change that original programming.
Section 3. The Subconscious Supercomputer. The hidden engine room of your mind.
So, to logically understand why our mind processes those 5 steps so rigidly, we have to look at the hardware. Your conscious mind? It's logical. It makes decisions, but it actually represents only a tiny fraction of your overall brain power. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is the vast hidden engine room. And here is the major catch. It operates exactly like a machine. It has absolutely no moral judgment and zero sense of humor. If you spill your coffee and jokingly say, "Ugh, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached," your subconscious doesn't laugh. It literally logs that under your personal organization instructions. Plus, it cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real-world event. When you lie in bed at 2 a.m., vividly imagining everything that could go wrong in tomorrow's meeting, your subconscious logs those imagined failures as actual historical facts. It prepares your body to fail in real life. That makes unguarded negative self-talk incredibly dangerous.
Section 4. The 5 levels of self-talk. Diagnosing your mental software.
Let's diagnose exactly where your current internal dialogue sits on this spectrum. Level 1 is negative acceptance. I can't. This is the lowest, most harmful level, a total self-fulfilling prophecy of failure. Level 2 sounds a bit better, but it's deeply flawed. I should. Saying I should lose weight creates immense guilt, but gives your subconscious absolutely no roadmap for action. Level 3 is the decision to change. I no longer. Saying I no longer eat junk food draws a powerful line in the sand. It's a great stopgap to halt negative behavior. But level 4? This is where the real magic happens. The better you. Phrases like I am, framed in the positive present tense. I am perfectly healthy and crave nutritious food. This supplies your subconscious with fresh, high-level code. And level 5 is universal oneness, a profound spiritual connection. But our goal for real, daily reprogramming is to operate consistently right there at level 4.
Now, a quick warning for when you start doing this. When you upgrade to level 4 self-talk, you are going to experience cognitive dissonance. You might boldly declare, "I am financially prosperous," and instantly the snarky internal critic is going to whisper, "Who are you kidding? Your bank account is totally empty." Listen, this imposter syndrome is completely normal. Your subconscious is simply trying to protect its old, familiar worldview. It's like going to the gym for the first time in years. Your muscles are going to be incredibly sore the next day. You don't quit the gym, right? You realize the soreness means the muscle fibers are rebuilding stronger. This mental soreness means the reprogramming is actually working. So if you feel like an imposter at first, congratulations, you're doing it perfectly.
Section 5. Rewiring your internal script. Writing fresh, high-level code. Okay, let's dive into this practical toolkit for actively overriding those outdated glitches and drafting a perfect new script. To make sure your subconscious computer accepts and executes your new code without spitting out errors, you have to follow these 5 strict rules for a perfect statement. First, always use the present tense. Your subconscious just doesn't understand the concept of tomorrow. Second, keep your statements positive. State what you want to achieve, not what you want to avoid, because the brain struggles to process negatives. If I tell you right now, don't think of a pink elephant, what do? You immediately picture a pink elephant. Third, be specific and direct. Vague goals yield vague results. Fourth, keep it simple, punchy, and easy to remember. And fifth, phrase it with believable authority. Let's see how this actually plays out in practice. You can see the clear difference here, right? The poor script says, "I will try not to waste money on useless things next week." Because of our rules, the subconscious ignores the word not and focuses entirely on the phrase waste money. Plus, it pushes the goal into next week, a future that literally never arrives. Contrast that with the perfect level 4 statement, "I am a wise, disciplined steward of my money." By avoiding negative modifiers and confidently using the present tense "I am," you're creating an immediate, empowering blueprint for your reality right now. It feels fundamentally different just saying it out loud. So, the crucial point is how you consistently deliver this new code. Here are 4 proven methods for receiving new self-talk. Silent self-talk means actively observing your thoughts throughout the day and mentally hitting delete on the negative ones. Self-speak means saying your new statements out loud, powerfully engaging your vocal and auditory sensory systems. Written self-talk forces your conscious mind to focus completely on the page, physically building strong neural pathways. And finally, recorded self-talk, listening to custom audio tracks of your own statements. It might feel incredibly weird at first to listen to a recording of your own voice while brushing your teeth, but it is a massive biological hack. Consistently delivering your statements through these methods completely bypasses conscious resistance and floods the subconscious. Section 6. Your daily reprogramming routine. The ultimate blueprint for change. Let's move to and see how this builds all these concepts together into a foolproof daily system.
Here is your ultimate action plan. Step 1. Conduct a mental audit for the next 48 hours. Carry a notepad and write down every negative thing you say to yourself, completely without judgment. Just gather the data. Step 2. Draft your replacement script. Turn those negatives into crisp, level 4 present tense statements using our rules. Step 3 is the real key. Build 10-minute morning and evening sessions. Read or listen to your scripts immediately after waking up and right before falling asleep. Why? Because during these windows, your brain is in relaxed alpha and theta brainwave states. Your argumentative conscious mind is groggy, meaning the gate is wide open for the subconscious to accept lasting neural change. Step 4. Practice real-time active replacement. Treat this like a fun challenge. The moment a negative thought pops up, pause and internally speak your new statement 3 times to overwrite it. And step 5, review and expand your scripts monthly as your life naturally evolves.
Remember, you are not a helpless victim of your past conditioning or your current circumstances. You are the master programmer of your own mind. Every single word you speak to yourself is a seed planted directly into the fertile soil of your subconscious. If you intentionally plant seeds of courage, clarity, and self-belief, your life is absolutely going to bloom into a masterpiece. So I leave you with this provocative thought. What code will you choose to type into your mental keyboard today? Take hold of your mindset, silence those old recordings, and go transform your world.